Alright, what up guys? Welcome back, and today we're going to continue on the Cool Grease line of reviews. So yesterday we looked at Cool Grease Blue, kind of found it to be like a great pomade, really good characteristics, but kind of lacking in terms of hold and just like predictability. And so we're going to kind of move up that graph that I showed you yesterday, or rather that chart I showed you yesterday. We're going to go ahead and move up and right. So we're going to move to a product that has a little more hold and a little more shine. And so today I'll be showing to you guys, or I'll be talking to you guys about Cool Grease Red. So I'm not sure if there's even like official name. Unlike before, I don't see any like super shaping pomade or something, and I don't know if this is the Cool Grease, but either way, we'll go ahead and call it the red one, since the colors are pretty defining feature along this whole line, and it will allow us to distinguish each product from one another. As I said before in the last review, this is a line of Japanese hair pomades made by Fine Cosmetics, and so it's kind of hard to get a hold of these in the U.S. because they're actually pretty much they're sold in the U.S. but by like sketchy retailers, not no authorized dealers. However, we recently found an authorized dealer. Hedgeline became, I believe, the first Cool Grease authorized retailer, so that means lower prices for us and also a much wider selection of Cool Grease. But either way, let's go ahead and look at the jar and talk about the performance of the product itself after that. Alright, so this is the pomade. Cool Grease, water type, and as I said, this like reddish orange type of jar. Semi-translucent. You have branding on the front, very similar style branding to the blue jar actually. Somewhat tacky, very pushing the American retro. This is something we see a lot, or kind of expect from like a Japanese pomade. And either way, it's pretty pleasing, it's pretty cool looking, and pretty nifty. This is a 87 gram jar, or rather just go ahead and round that up to 90 grams. And so that's about 10 grams less than what we get from the European jars. And overall, it's a good looking jar, very sturdy jar. And opening it up, you have a product that looks really similar to the blue, except now it is in red. So let's go ahead and get started with the product. Alright, so in comparison to the blue, this pomade, instead of like a very tropical smell, very like tropical fruit, candy type of smell, you get the same type of candy smell, but you have a little more hint of strawberry. Or maybe it's just a red color convincing me it's strawberry. In all honesty, it smells the same to me. And so let's go ahead and start using this product. So right off the bat, like, it's definitely a lot thicker than the blue. I don't expect it to come in, or rather make much of a problem out of applying it, as you can see right now, but I can tell right away this one is thicker than the blue. But still overall like the same characteristics, the same type of texture. Like the blue product we tried yesterday was actually a pretty damn good product, very unique, very different from anything we've really used from the US or from the UK. And so I have really high expectations for the rest of the Cool Grease line now. Just because like if the standard one could be pretty like unique and stuff, then I expect the rest of the line to be pretty unique. And I would really hope that they keep this overarching characteristic of like a bouncy product, and one that also doesn't dry. Because I mean, that's like probably the most unique thing I've experienced from this Cool Grease product so far. It's the fact that like the pomade has like a strange bounciness to it that at the same time that it makes it a little bit more difficult to style with. It also allows for a very nice looking pompadour, and it really prevents you from like styling like a hedge wedge or something like that, or a cone head. So that's really good. And if they can just add a little more hold to make my life a little bit more easy, then like that'd be fantastic. But that should be all the product I need, and go ahead and start slicking everything back. So it definitely feels like a lot thicker than the one before. But once the first comb goes through, like it gets pretty easy from there. But yes, I am definitely feeling a stronger product right now. Yeah, it's definitely about time for me to get a haircut. Thankfully, Thanksgiving break's coming up, so I'm going to be heading back down to SoCal. I'm probably going to stop by the Baxter Finley shop, get it cut there. But anyways, back to the review. The product's actually definitely getting soft right now. It's really easy to work with. It feels really nice, almost just like the blue Cool Grease. So we'll go ahead and start forming the part, and we'll see how it goes from there. See, we see the difference right away. Like it's unlike the blue, the red is actually holding down my sides and slicking it down real nice. And it's slicking everything down, but I'm still feeling like a nice softness to the product that's no different from the blue. Right. And the pomp itself is being formed pretty easily, actually. Alright, so definitely this product is still having the same bounce characteristic as the blue one, which allows for a more spherical pompadour, but also makes it a little bit more difficult to style. And as you continue to like agitate the product or kind of prolong the styling time, the product actually gets even more bouncy. It doesn't like dry up, because actually we've noticed Cool Grease actually doesn't dry up, which is amazing. But at the same time, it gets even more bouncy. And so, yes, you can get a more spherical pompadour, but it also makes it more difficult to style, which is really different from what we've seen with American water-based like gel-like pomades, where when they dry up, they become even more predictable, easy to style with. But this is the opposite case, so keep that in mind. But either way, for the sake of the review, go ahead and call it done, and we'll go ahead and inspect the hair. So definitely red is stronger than blue. I mean, we got like slick down sides, held down really nice, a nice part, nice and straight, and the pompadour itself is still like the same height. Like it's still the same exact height, I believe, as the blue one. But it was slightly easier to style, just a little bit. And like overall, you also got a really nice shine, also a small notch up from the blue. We'll see how it fares throughout the whole day. I do expect a slightly better job from this product. Like I just feel it right now. It does hold a little bit better, but the hold isn't really contributing to a taller pompadour or like in a significantly easier like styling experience. It does feel like it's gonna stay where it is right now unless I really shake things up. But like overall, like yeah, I'm happy with it so far. It is better than the blue. I would prefer this product over the blue so far. And yeah, so go ahead, go throughout my whole day, and I'll come back to you guys, talk to you guys about this, and we'll go ahead and see how well it performed throughout the whole day. All right, so end of the day, let's go over everything. Let's talk about the endurance of the product, restylability, rinsability, and just other things that have to do with how well the product did throughout the whole day. So with Cool Grease Red, you kind of start seeing a little bit of sagging. I did have to restyle it, of course, but it did have a little more grippiness, sustainability, and kind of overall like resistance to movement in comparison to the Cool Grease Blue. So yes, it definitely is stronger, more resilient, or more hold than the blue, the red versus the blue. So I'm thankful for that, and it did allow me to have like a slightly taller pompadour throughout the whole day. Not like super significantly, but yes. Would anyone else probably notice it? No. The scent, like the blue, went away right away. Like, it was never an issue afterwards. I don't like my hair smelling like candy straight up. It smells delicious, but I don't want to smell like it. So that's not a problem. Um, Restylability, like I thought, or rather like I predicted, it didn't dry at all. It's just like the blue, stays nice and like flexible and malleable. And so it's something we should also once again note. And I hope this is something consistent across the entire Cool Grease line. But right now, we have not seen the Cool Grease product dry up at all, which is super nice, makes restyling much easier, and also makes it a very unique water-based product. It rinses out really easily. You won't have any issues with that. And it barely hardens, but it doesn't dry up. Harden as in it somewhat settles and very very small, just a tiny amount, but it never really like dries up or crushes up like what we know happens with like an American water-based like gel pomade. So definitely like it was a great product, something I would highly recommend over the blue one. So if you guys were deciding between the blue or the red, I would use the red. I believe it's a superior product, but by only a small amount. It's like at the end of the day, these are actually two really similar products. But yeah, so that concludes the review for Cool Grease Red. I'm really excited to try some of the other products out, very much so specifically their heavy products, because I'm really hoping for a product that's both strong and also doesn't dry up and still has a nice bounce to it, because I believe with the much greater hold and with the bounce, we're going to get a product that is really, really easy to work with and really superior to anything else we've seen before. So we'll see those in the upcoming weeks, and other than that, take care, guys. Hope you guys had a good weekend and good luck in this last week before Thanksgiving week. Peace out, guys.